Good morning reception, it's time for our maths lesson this morning. And so for our starter activity, I want to recap on your knowledge of coins. So have a look carefully here on the screen. We can see a coin that's peeking out of the question mark here. So shout at the screen if you can recognise what this coin is. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, well done if you said it's 2 pence. Okay, can you tell me how many pennies this coin is worth? Well done if you said 2. Also, can you tell me what shape it is and what metal it's made out of? That's right, it's a circle. If you said copper, then you are right. If you said bronze, you're also right too. Okay, let's go to the next one then. Okay, can we see what's poking out behind the question mark here? Okay, well done if you said 20p. Right then, so how many pennies is the 20p worth? That's right, it's worth 20. And do you know what metal it's made out of? And a tricky question here, what shape it is? That's right, it's silver. And if you said heptagonal, which is a 7-sided shape, then that's a massive well done from me. Okay, let's have a look at the next one here. Oh, this one's quite tricky. Can we see this one? That's right, it's £1. Okay, now can you tell me which metals it's made out of? It's made out of more than one. Okay, yes, it's made of gold around the edge and silver in the middle. It's quite distinct, that one. Okay, let's have a look what we've got here. What's hiding here? Well done if you said 1 penny. It's smaller than our 2 pence. It's 1 penny. And can you tell me its shape? That's right, it's a circle and it's metal. Well done. Bronze or copper. Brilliant. Okay, let's move on then. What coin could this be? Looks a bit like our 20p, doesn't it? Except this time it's bigger. Okay, let's have a look then. Okay, can you tell me the name of the coin? That's right, it's 50p. And how many pennies is 50p worth? That's right, it's worth 50 pennies. And its shape? And it's metal. Well done, it's silver and it's also heptagonal. It's a 7-sided shape. Okay, this one here, can you spot this one? Let's have a look at it. Okay, if you said 10 pence, then well done. Can you tell me its shape and its metal? Yes, it is a circle and it is made of silver. Right then, we're nearly there. Let's have a look at this one. Ooh. Okay, it's a bit bigger than our pound coin here. Do you know it? Yes, it's £2. And just like the pound coin, it has the gold round the edge and the silver in the middle. Now, I forgot to ask you actually, how many pennies there are in £1? That's right, well done if you said 100. So then how many pennies are there in £2? Well done if you said 200 pennies. Can you imagine carrying 200 pennies in your pocket? Your pocket would be down on the ground, wouldn't it? You wouldn't be able to move. So that's why we've got our £2 to represent those 200 pennies. Yes, and it's gold and silver and it's also circular. Right there, let's have a look here. Okay, can anybody recognise this one? It's the last one. Yes, it's 5 pence. So how many pennies inside this 5 pence? That's right, it's worth 5 pennies. And its shape and its metal? That's right, it's a circle and it's made of silver. Well done, you recognise those coins really well. Okay, so we've had lots of practice this week at counting on, but now I'd like to have a go at counting back. So instead of adding numbers, and our numbers are going to get bigger, we're going to be taking numbers away, subtracting. So the number is going to be smaller than the number that you started with. So what I need you to do is to go and find 10 little toy people in your house. Now, if you haven't got 10 little people, then just find 10 objects that can represent people. So I've got my little Lego figures here. Let's count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm going to pretend that the tray that they are sitting on is a bus, okay? And so what we're going to do now is we're going to roll a dice to see how many of the little Lego people are going to get off the bus. Now if you don't have a dice in your home, that's okay. We can use the game that we've been using all week. So go back to Google for me and type in top marks again. Here it is. And then type in roll dice or dice roll, either will do, and we should be in the right place. Here we are, roll dice. Okay, I need you to change this dice a little bit. So go to setup again. This time I would like dots as we've done before, but I don't want it to go from 1 to 6. I'd like it to go from 0 to 5, okay? And then press OK. All right then, so here we go. We're going to roll the dice and let's see which number we get. All right, we've got a 5. So we're going to take 5 people off this bus. Are you ready? 1, count them with me. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so how many people have we got left on the bus? Well, we could count them. We could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'd know that way, wouldn't we? Or if we go back to our number line here, we can count backwards. So we need to put our finger on 10, and remember we took 5 people off, so we're going to jump 5 spaces backwards down the number line towards 1. The numbers are getting smaller, remember. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And can you see we finished on the number 5? Okay, let's go back to that dice roll again. Okay, let's roll the dice. Here we go. Which number do we get this time? Okay, it's a 5 again. Okay, so let's take 5 off. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now you can see that there are no Lego people left on the tray. It's 0. Okay, but we can also do this on our number line as well. We can practice going backwards. So do you remember there were 5 on the tray and 5 needed to get off? So I've highlighted 5 for you. Jump 5 spaces, but remember it's backwards because we're taking away. We want these numbers to get smaller. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there isn't a 0 on my number line, but it would be here, and that's 5. Okay, so I want you to have a go this morning at getting 10 objects, rolling a dice and counting backwards for me. I'd also like you to have a go at writing down what you're doing. So we're going to need some different symbols for this. So remember, we started with 10 Lego people. Do you remember? Okay, I'm just going to make this a bit smaller so it fits. And it's not an add this time, it's a takeaway, which looks like this. So you remember we had 10, take away, and then 5 equals, and you remember it was 5. If you also knew what half of 10 was, then you would have got the right answer as well. So have a go at doing some counting backwards and also writing down what you're doing. Okay, so for our last activity today, I need you to get those 10 people again, or you can swap it if you like and have 10 little animals. You also need a bowl or a box, and that's going to represent a cave to cover up your people or animals. But let's just check we've got all 10 of our figures, so count them with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And did you see I moved them into a line and I touched them as well, which made it easier for me to count. And I know I've got 10, so I'm going to push them together and I'm going to put a cave over the top of them so I can't see them. Now what you're going to do now is to pretend that your people or your animals are coming out of the cave and going for a walk. So we're going to be taking some of those figures away. Now I only want you to use quite small numbers for this. So you're only going to take away 2, 3 or 4 objects at a time. So I'm going to take away now 2 people here. Okay, let me count them so you can see. 1, 2. Remember there were 10 and 2 have been taken away. So how many have we got here? Well, put up your 10 fingers for me and we're going to take away 2. So here we go. 1, 2. And how many fingers have we got up? Well, we've got 5 on this hand, so we can just count on 6, 7, 8. Okay, and we can have a look here as well on our screen. Okay, so let me just reset this. Okay, so remember we had 10 and 2 figures went out of the cave, so we're going to hop backwards. 1, 2, and the number that we finished on was 8. Okay, remember there are 8 here. Let's do it again. But this time I'm going to take away 3. Okay, so I'm going to take 3 figures out of the cave here. I'll count them so you can see them. 1, 2, 3. Remember there were 8 and now we've taken away 3. Okay, so we can show 8 with our fingers, can't we? And take away 3. 1, 2, 3, and how many have we got here? 5. Okay, and we can do this on our number line as well. Remember we started at 8 this time, not 10, and we took 3 away. 1, 2, 3, so we finish on 5. Okay, while you're doing this today, I also want you to write down what you've been doing. So remember, right back at the beginning, we had 10, take away 2 little Lego men, equals 8. Remember, we're using this take away symbol now and equals. So as we finish today's lesson, I want you to be taking away 2, 3 or 4 objects and writing down what you're doing.